G'day guys, welcome to the Iron Empire and this week's episode of
Just the Tip.
Now this week's tip is a alternative to the common methods of removing rust and paint and all sorts from the body of a car or anything metal for that matter. Obviously you've got your grinding discs, you've got coral wheels or wire wheels or sandblasting, soda blasting, the list goes on, but one that some people may not have considered is this air scaler, and it's pretty much a bunch of little needles that move in and out and more or less sandblast in a way the body of your car in this instance, and it tends to chip away real hard paint that will otherwise take a long time to grind. So I'll give you an example. As you can see, it's ripping off the paint pretty easy, and I can easily direct it around this this bonnet pin, for instance. I don't have to mask it up as if you would have to do with sandblasting. Something else I'll suggest with these needles, they do tend to round off and get a bit dull, so once in a while I'll just grind them all flat, just with the flat disc on my grinder, which tends to sharpen up the edges, and it does tend to chip the paint off a hell of a lot easier. And also, it doesn't make any dust aside from the actual dust that comes, the actual paint flakes that come off the car. It doesn't cover your whole working area in dust. So, my workshop right next to it is dust free. So that's a massive bonus. That's it for this week's episode. If you've got any other tips that you'd like to suggest, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see you all next week for next week's episode of
Just the Tip.
And I don't know